Hi guys, I had a subscriber ask me to do a video on CQB tactics. Now I've got my CQB weapon here, but you can use whatever you want. I just have this for demonstration purposes. Now, the shorter the gun, the more compact it is, the easier it is to use in CQB, but that doesn't mean that a larger gun is, out of the question. I've actually used my SR10, which is about 3 times this long, okay, maybe 2 times this long in CQB before, and it was just as effective. But this does make turning corners much easier. That being said, you can use any weapon. I just picked this one for the demonstration. Now anyway, a little bit of my background. I'm not the best CQB player, but I was still requested to do this video, so I'm going to do it anyway. The problem with indoor play for me is that close quarters stuff, indoors with straight walls, is not my specialty. I prefer woods ball and medium range engagement. That's where I'm better at. But I have been training with my team as well as with a SWAT training officer on some indoor tactics. I'm just going to touch on just a couple things here for beginning players, things to think about when you go to play CQB to be effective for the first time. Now, every time I go to a new CQB field, I usually suck for the first 2 or 3 games. That's because I don't know the field and I'm getting used to it. I'm learning the angles. So when you come around a corner and you're looking, you can see here, usually in a CQB environment, especially indoor, there's going to be different angles that are going to be windows where you can fire but also get shot from. So be aware of all those. Every corner you round are going to be different angles. The nice thing is the angles are going to be all the same for the rest of the day, so after the second, third game you get used to the field. You can know where to expect the angles, know which angles the enemy is most likely to be in, and then address those in order of importance with your gun. Now, a lot of things, first thing that I want to address is a lot of people, what I see is they'll back up against a corner and they'll get scared of getting shot at. It might hurt, it might not. Wear face protection if you can. That gives you a little extra confidence to keep your teeth. But a lot of what I see is they'll come here, they'll have their gun down at their side, and they'll just be peeking around the corner like this. Now, if I see that as an opponent, I know that they are not ready to shoot me, because if I come charging up the wall at them, they have to make this motion all the way around before they shoot at me. And if I'm coming up the corner here, say I'm further back, but coming up the corner here, I can beat them every single time. So, to combat that, if you're right-handed and you have a gun that you can switch, I use a single point sling so I can switch from side to side, lead with the barrel of your gun around each corner. So if I'm going to peek around this corner, might as well have my barrel up too. Now you risk get shot in the forward hand, wear gloves or something, but I'd rather get shot in the hand as I'm coming up and at least have my gun at the ready to be returning fire than get shot in the face. So that's the number one thing. Another thing is, everybody expects your face to be up here. Something that's not conventional, but that I've started doing in some instances, is actually crouching down a little bit further and rounding the corner a little bit lower than everybody's expecting me to. So when I come around the corner ready, and I'm lower than the normal target, either I get shot in the face or the BBs go over me. A lot of times they don't even check that low though. So if you're just wanting to peer around a corner and it's a strategic position, you can get lower and make your target, your surface area of your body as a target smaller. Now, if you talk to somebody that's really good, a professional that maybe trains for SWAT or something, they'll probably just to tell you that's not a good idea. But I find that in Airsoft that is semi-effective. The other thing is, if you're going to round a corner, don't just keep peeking like I mentioned, and then step out and then kind of tentatively or timidly move forward. What I find is 9 times out of 10, if you are the person that's more assertive, moving towards the next barrier, and if somebody else is coming the other way but less assertive, you're going to win that battle every time. So say I come here, I come up, maybe I switch hands because I'm right-handed, and I come ready to shoot and I lead with my gun. Always have my gun up ready to fire, finger on the trigger. Now that moving forward and not being worried about getting shot and just kind of plowing through everybody, I see those guys I wish I was better at it, but I see some of those guys take out 3, 4, 5 guys by themselves just because they weren't scared to get shot at close range, and they moved through people who were all standing like this, and all they did was come around the corner and go pop pop and, you know, take out 5 guys that way. So that's another thing. So peeking around the corner is probably not a good idea. Peek with your gun around the corner. Maybe change the height that you peek around the corner at, and when you do move around the corner, move with aggressiveness and assertiveness. So I might try to make some other videos. I'll see what the feedback is here. Some people might say, hey, you're stupid, that's dumb. That's okay. That's just what I found to be effective for me. Like I said, my specialty is more of mid-range woods ball to long range. That's what I'm comfortable with. But somebody asked me to make the video, so I made the video. Hope it's helpful and entertained you. If you have any questions, post below. Thanks for watching.